Welcome
No,
back to.
I don't. I don't want him copy and pasting our answers. I want him to come up with some stuff.
I
Already
don't
working on
copy
it.
and paste answers. I always am
He's already
original.
working on it, and I'm gonna shit post for 2 minutes anyways. Welcome back to.
Welcome back to the Dime Comic Bros podcast.
Welcome back to the.
Welcome back to the Dime Comic
I'm
Bros podcast.
calling. I'm gonna come over there and fucking gape your asshole in my arm. Welcome back to the Dime Comic Bros podcast. This is our New Year's special, which we are recording on Boxing Day. Just to try to kind of get some chit chat. It's not a normal episode. Going to talk about some questions for the past year and the upcoming year, and then there'll be a massive meme compilation on the back end of this bitch.
Racism is wrong, but we are not Canadian. Keep your Boxing Day to yourself.
Wow, sir.
Today is the day after Christmas.
Everyone knows what Boxing Day is, Jacob.
I don't know what Boxing Day is.
Colin, you don't know what anything is.
It's the day when the Canadians play a lot of WWE on TV. Just every channel is boxing.
I think it's because you metaphorically put shit back in boxes because all your gifts suck, so you're returning them. I thought that's what that was about.
I thought it was actually just
sense.
putting all your Christmas decorations away because Christmas is over.
Probably true. Take down your trees and lights, you savages.
Why buy a comic that might cost more than a dime? Come meet the brothers who are here to waste your time.
So getting into it. So what is everyone's favorite movie of 2021? Stuff that we've seen. We're just going to go around and go through the list of questions. I'll start because I want to
stipulations.
I want to
stipulation is that it doesn't have. None of these have to have come out in the past year. It's just something that we enjoyed
done together
in the past year.
Yeah. So my favorite, I can't narrow all this stuff down, so you'll get a list. So my favorite movie of 2021 is The Green Knight, closely followed by Dune, Part 1. There are a hell of a lot of really good movies that came out this year. And then the one that's the inevitable answer, which is low-key cheating, Zack Snyder's Justice League, I Can Die Happy Now, blah, 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 blah. But yes.
Thought Jacob, you would have already done that by now.
Died? I get pretty close some days. Jacob, what was your favorite movie?
Favorite movie that I enjoyed this year was The Conjuring.
Ooh.
I was really surprised at how much I enjoyed that movie. I've watched it a couple times since, and it's still so good. I just gush about it being a really well-made horror movie. And it doesn't fall for any of the typical shitty tricks that horror movies do. It doesn't do any jump scares. It's actually a scary movie made well. It's beautiful.
That's cool.
And I've actually been going through the whole series, like all the Annabelles and whatever, and I really expected those to drop off, but they're kind of, I mean, they do drop off a little bit, but they're nowhere near like Friday the 13th part 8. Like, it's not like, oh my gosh, Annabelle 3 is so bad. It's
Annabelle in space.
Right. It's not the greatest cinema ever, but it's still like not terrible. This is a really enjoyable series so far.
Have you seen The Nun?
I have not. That is coming up soon.
That was
I really like that one.
That was the one I remembered being the worst.
Yeah, it is the worst.
You're the
Excellent.
worst.
I am the worst.
Colin.
So you stole my first answer, but the thing is, you are indecisive and chose 3, so I will be the decisive one between the two of you, between the two of me and you, and my favorite movie of the year, which was hard to decide because I really like Dune, and I obviously Zack Snyder's Justice League, but like I already assumed that I make that in my brain. That was already made a long time ago, so that's a 2017 thing for me, but it was finally fulfilled this year. But my favorite movie of the year is The Green Knight, and it is The Green Knight because of it's the kind of horror that I didn't know that I was waiting for and that I didn't know that I needed, where it's not like jump scare. It's not like this repetitiveness. It's constantly moving forward. It's a true quest. It's a true epic in its nature. And I loved that it wasn't just the character that is normally given to us, where they fulfill every aspiration that they're looking for, and they're always like trying to be good, or they're always wanting to be good, and they're fulfilling that flawlessly, like those heroes that we're usually shown. But this guy fails every single thing that he's trying to accomplish, and I wasn't made aware of this until Spencer told me before watching the movie, was that the movie is basically the code of chivalry, how to fail the code of chivalry, the movie. And it truly was, because the main character could not do anything to save the life of him.
Also, to give it an extra star on top of the, already 10 out of 10, most realistic movie jizz this year. Just,
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I interject?
With more jizz, please.
No, actually. When you watch AGDQ or something, and some of the runners will have the crowd count like deaths if it's a really hard game, or double jumps or whatever. Like the crowd has to watch and count out loud every time the host does something. I propose that Colin and I count how many times Spencer adjusts his wife beater, because we see you. We see your tits. They're pointy. They're beautiful.
Favorite series of 2021?
I'll go first this time.
Okay. What?
My favorite was Hawkeye.
Yes.
My favorite was Hawkeye. Even though I loved WandaVision so much. I loved it. But there were episodes that I didn't like with Hawkeye.
WandaVision took a little time to get going.
Yeah, but with Hawkeye, I loved every episode. There's not an episode I didn't like.
Don't spoil Jacob. He still hasn't seen the finale.
Oh, okay. He hasn't seen the finale.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. Well, the characters that they introduced were perfect. And it's not like we got characters from other movies or shows and they came in and they started acting a little different, because that can happen sometimes when like characters get together because of directing. People can act different. Like actors start acting a little different from their character. It happens with different directors, but they're all the same. They're all the same, if not better than last time that we saw them.
Yeah, I think we all need a massive bonk after watching that show, to be fair.
I don't need a bonk. I was fine the entire time, actually.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, same.
Except for maybe the mom.
Oh my gosh, Colin. I also agree with Colin. That was my favorite of this year by a long shot on like every level.
My favorite TV show was not Hawkeye. So, it was really good though. I do really enjoy it. I cannot wait to watch the finale. It's just been a crazy week. I chose What If as my favorite TV show this year.
Huh.
But everything that we reviewed for TV is pretty much the only TV that I watched this year.
Same.
So I
me too.
had like very slim choices. Bad Batch would have been my choice, but I felt a little out of the loop a couple of times because I haven't seen all of the Clone Wars animated series. But What If was really enjoyable. I just liked that it was comic booky and approachable for everybody. Like, you didn't have to know all kinds of stuff. It helps, certainly. Being a nerd really adds to the experience, but you can show this to your kids and they'll enjoy it just as much as you do.
True.
Very good.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Basically, the only TV I watched this year was Cape Shit, which is kind of weird for me, honestly. I usually watch more TV.
You watched a lot of Walking Dead.
Yeah, that's not exactly high up on my list. That was me being very depressed, and I still hadn't finished it either. I got as far as I had originally, and then I got really distracted.
One, I just saw you adjust your shirt.
Shut up. So, favorite comic / book from this past year.
Jacob, go first.
This one was really tough. I've got two number one choices. One of them is Deceased, and the other one was the Absolute Carnage event that I read. Both really good. I expected Carnage to be as good as it was, and I was happy to not be let down. It was short and sweet. It was an event, but it didn't like include absolutely everybody from the Marvel universe like other events have, like War of the Realms or I just forgot the other event that I read that it was just like, freaking Avengers versus X-Men. Just had to include absolutely everybody in the Marvel universe at any timeline and multiple multiverses and just everybody. And it was too much. You don't need everybody in an event. Carnage kept it simple, and like everybody Venom related was there, and that was it. So it was beautiful. Deceased, I was like, ugh, I don't want to read more zombie shit because that phase is over. Like everybody's been through the zombie phase. It was fun while it lasted, but I don't want to go back. And then Deceased hit, and I was back in the zombie phase. I'm ready for it all now because it was done so well. And yet again, it was short and sweet. It was there. It did what it wanted to do, and it was beautiful.
Fair enough. Colin, what you got?
This one I actually have a hard time deciding because there's three that really hit me. So I'll say the three, and I guess I'll have to decide between the three. So first off, I have to say Mr. Miracle.
Yes.
That was one of my favorite books that I read. Everything was fantastic about it. And like I couldn't put it down. Like I just wanted to keep reading it, and I wanted more afterwards. The story was great. It wasn't just like this, it wasn't even really fighting or battling. It was just the characters, and it was about the characters, and it was about Mr. Miracle and his wife, the relationship between him and his wife, and him and his wife with their kid, and then their other kid that's coming, and then with a family. It's just, the book is about family, relationships, and deciding what is real and then actually acting upon what you need to do. And I really like that book because it put this notion in my head where I deal with like minor anxiety. I'll say minor anxiety and depression, obviously. And like sometimes I make situations in my head where it's like someone hates me, Spencer hates me, Jacob hates me, or something, and it's most likely not real. So it helped me in my head where it's decide it doesn't matter what's real, just decide on which one it is. They aren't or they are, and then act on which one it is, instead of being this constant limbo, which was fantastic about that book. And the other two books would be Chainsaw Man, because even though it starts out with just the main character is a horny teenage boy that wants to touch boobs, but it ends on a very melancholy tone where so many characters die and the relationships between the characters are very complicated, but not in a toxic way. It's just more like what's happening, or like trauma bonded, stuff like that, which I really enjoyed. And I got to read it all. And the third one is not a comic book, it's a regular book, and it's called No Longer Human by I'm going to butcher this name, Osamu Dazai. And I picked this up recently, and I'm like almost all the way through. I haven't finished it, but I read all of this. The guys, you two that can see me, I read all of this in one day.
Wow.
It looks like it's about 2/3 of the book.
Yeah, it is. And that is it's like a semi-autobiography by the author, and it's a lot of it's fiction. It's kind of like fiction blended, and it's a story about a loner who makes his identity like the clown so that no one really knows who he is, and then he finds people that like see him for who he is, and he's like, it scares him because he doesn't want that like the secret let out that like he's depressed basically, because this takes place in like the 40s and like early like 30s and 40s, where it's like you can't show any emotion or anything or you just suck.
Colin, did you write this book under a pseudonym?
I figured you'd say that. But no, what's stupid is I highlighted everything that like I related to, and I had to write in my notes on, like, I write notes in my books, and I had to write, okay, since I'm highlighting like basically this entire book, I'm only going to highlight what I relate to, and then I'm going to highlight and note what I have to say about it. Because like sometimes I just highlight because I like it, and then there's sometimes I highlight and I write a little note in case like anyone else wants to read my book, and I just see like how I felt about the book because I just like doing that. So out of the three, I have to say Mr. Miracle. I have to say Mr. Miracle with just how much it hit me with newer thoughts.
Heard it here first, folks. Colin has new thoughts.
New thoughts, and they're gone.
Jacob, we've been replaced.
Dang.
Spencer.
This basically splits into the two different ways of thinking about these questions. My favorite thing I read this year was also Mr. Miracle.
Yeah.
There's something about a mainstream superhero book opening up with a suicide attempt that's very grabbing.
Mm-hmm.
And basically everything that Colin said. It's a very, very layered, layers and meanings and symbols and shit, which is the stuff that gets me. I really like the classic panel layout as well. That's something it's always nice, and the art is just bonkers good.
It's simplistic, and it's like it doesn't just. It's not like every single frame's its own picture. Like sometimes it'll get like 2 or 4 or the entire page as one picture, but it still has the panel layout.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
And then the favorite thing that I read this year that came out this year was The Swamp Thing, Volume 1, Becoming. That's the first collected edition of the current ongoing Swamp Thing run, which I talked about.
You said you wouldn't do it.
No, I said I wasn't going to rant about it. I said I was going to talk about it because it is. I'm not going to go into it.
All right.
I talked about this last week a little bit. Caught it just at the tail end. I knew I was going to love this run anyways, but it's really, really good. It starts off in a very different place. We are getting a new avatar of the Green. It has a whole other dimension to it than the other runs did. It builds off of the New 52 and Rebirth stuff without being like a direct sequel, I suppose. It also includes the couple of future state issues, which I thought were really, really good. I can't really get into it because there's a shit ton of spoilers. It's really good. The art is disgusting and dark and black and very inky. Massive W. I want more of these. I think it's up to like issue 10 now, so the next book will probably come out in like a month.
All right. So, unless you're not done.
No, that's it.
All right. It sounded like you were done. So, not Stonks, the most hated comic of the year, and we're going to really try to avoid Frank Miller's books.
It's kind of cheating.
Spencer, you want to start us out?
Oh, sure. Ghost Rider 4 to the Floor was absolute dog shit. I remember talking about this, I think 3 months ago. It is, so after the first like 12, 14 or so issues of the all new Ghost Rider, which is the Robbie Reyes run, the series stopped temporarily and then restarted with this book. And it's just absolute dog shit. The art is really bad, just across the board. Nothing about it is pleasant to look at. And the story is basically about Wolverine, Laura, and Hulk, the Amadeus Cho version, just trying to kill a monster, and Ghost Rider's barely even in it. It's dumb. There's not just because it's like a simple romp and those aren't really my deal, and I like my shit to have more to it. There's just nothing here. It looks like crap. It flows like crap. The art is yikesy. The characters are really awkwardly written. Nothing makes sense. It's just dumb.
The question is, since you've been collecting all of the Ghost Rider books, do you still have it on your shelf? Whoa!
Whoa! What? What the fuck?
I don't want to touch that thing again.
That's huge, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow, buddy.
Just eventually, like my balls.
Eventually, he will have every Ghost Rider book on his shelf but this one. And there will be that little piece in his brain that whispers, hey, you don't have that book, and he doesn't care.
I want to have stuff I'll at least reread. At least with Frank Miller's dog shit Batman stuff. At least I'll reread it out of pure, like, I don't know. There's a morbid
I don't know.
There. There's a morbid curiosity there sometimes, you know? That's why we covered it in the first place. But this thing there's nothing to it. There's no missed story, no butchered edit, nothing. It's just crap. And I hate trashing on stuff so blatantly, but it was just pure garbage. Colin, what was a poop from a butt?
It's hard to.
I can do one if you still need time to think.
Yeah, I still need time to think.
All right. My not stonks comic of the year award goes to Batman Incorporated by Grant Morrison.
Wow.
And it's not that it was really awful. Obviously, some of the Frank Miller ones are truly awful and never should have been printed. It's not that bad. It was just so much wasted potential, and most of it didn't fit together or make sense, and it was really just entirely forgettable. The only thing I really remember from it is a cool little gag with Bat Cow. Like, that's the only thing I really remember. But the premise is cool, having the Batman in all kinds of places around the world. Different countries have their own Batman, and they're obviously different people, and they're all incorporated in the same syndicate that's being run from Gotham. It's a really good idea, but besides a few introductions that was still a little underbaked, you don't really get that aspect. It's still our regular Batman chasing down the bad guy, and he's helped out by the other Batmans from around the world, and they come in and they're just Bat family sidekicks, basically. There was no reason to have them as the Batman in this story, because they were just sidekicks, just little helper dudes.
Yeah, I remember, it's been a little while since I read it, but I remember it being so forgettable. It's just so disappointing in comparison to the first 2/3 of Morrison's run, which were freaking amazing, and then it just kind of fell off for like the finale, effectively. I was like, this is weird.
This definitely felt like a cliff dive off of something, and I haven't read the rest of the run, but
you started with this. That sucks.
Yeah, just these 2 books is like, this is awful.
Oof. Colin, have you found a poop from a butt?
Not really, because I have a hard time even reading books that I don't like. And so what I do is just don't finish them. So it's got to be one of the books that we like tried reading. Like we read to talk about. Superman Year One. I'll use that.
Yeah.
I know it's a Frank Miller, but it's not Frank Miller Batman. So I get those points. Superman Year One just sucked all around. It had great concepts, but terrible execution. And I'm not really into mermaid incest, so
I missed that week.
Fair.
So what were the great concepts that you're talking about?
Superman being in like the Navy before it becomes Superman.
That was definitely interesting.
That's a cool concept.
That went nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of the big one. There's a lot of stuff that's like kind of unique about it, but not like super unique. I don't know. I barely remember anything aside from just pain, like excruciating pain.
Yeah, and I didn't even finish it.
Superman's a fuckboy. That alone is like, fuck you.
Yeah.
All right, so we had a little bit of discussion around this topic. I believe last year we did favorite episode, and I can't remember most of what we shout out this year. So I changed it to favorite recorded section, favorite thing that happened on air through a microphone that our listeners may have heard. So take it for however you want it. You get the general idea. Colin.
Oh no, why'd you start with me?
You were next in the rotation.
Yeah, I know I was, because I was just gonna go with episode and just blurt out something. Favorite, it's so hard because I think I have more fun with the rambles than anything, because we'll just talk about something. But I think I don't know. I think one of my favorite parts was maybe when Spencer and I got to talk about Zack Snyder's Justice League on air, or when we were like coming over the Green Knight.
That was a really good conversation.
Those were pretty good because they were pretty fluid.
My brother has
fluid.
been speeding through pretty much the entire season in this past month, and we hit that part, and I was like, "Oh, this conversation goes on for so long." You definitely have to view the movie to understand, or to have more context about what you're watching, because I still haven't seen the movie, and I was just like, I'm bored.
Yeah.
But you guys definitely had a lot of fun talking about that movie.
Oh yeah.
Solid. Jacob, what you got?
I have 3. So one of my favorite things that happened on our show this year was the running joke where I went missing in action for like 8 weeks.
I
in a
totally
row.
forgot about that.
That was good.
That was really good.
I was especially proud of my story when I got back, and the whole story was bullshit. But Colin let it go until I said I found love, and that's when he cut me off. So that's one of my favorite jokes from this year.
I liked that.
Another favorite moment was when Spencer made like a nutcracker.
So this week
Oh,
Oh yeah.
That's the sound of pain.
That was so good.
And then my last one was just, I made the stupidest, lamest ass joke, and Spencer broke on air.
It was a
went
solid
for, like,
6 minutes of just me laughing. It was so bad.
It was 45 minutes, sir. Because
Spencer.
Colin and I are just sitting there like, what is wrong? Something just snapped inside of his brain. We heard it. And then
he's not working right anymore.
he fell off his chair because he couldn't breathe, and that's when we got the giggles. It was just so bad.
Oh yeah, we had a giggle. Yeah. Like giggle. That pissed my parents off so bad.
It was just lack of oxygen in the room or something, because we all had the giggles.
Oh yeah.
It was bad.
I'm sorry your
bad.
parents don't like me having fun in life.
I know, that's what it seems like sometimes.
Sometimes. That was definitely one of the highlights. The entirety of not the recording of us discussing it, that was very depressing, but watching Howard the Duck with Colin was some of the funniest shit.
I was about to, okay, so hold on. When we said favorite episodes, I was going to say, oh yeah, my favorite episode was probably Howard the Duck. I was literally going to say that, and then Jacob's changed it on me. But that was funny. That was what?
I got a couple of really funny photos of you about it. Like, you were falling asleep, and then you're like, oh, Booba? It was so funny. That happened.
Yeah,
like 10
dude,
times.
I was so tired. I was working on, I think that was the night I worked on the logo.
Yeah, pretty sure.
It was that.
That was really
I think
funny.
it's funny that even hits the list, because you guys hated me so much for forcing that episode.
I wanted to do it. I just hated watching Colin.
I was the one that didn't.
I feel so bad for him, but not really.
Oh, you
Fuck
feel
Colin.
so bad for
Fuck you, Colin. And then the other episode in its entirety that I thought we actually covered really well was All-Star Batman and Robin, and then the continuous joke of that one afterwards being, you know,
Dick Grayson, age 12, dick size 2 inches.
Oh my god.
It's
Just
something he would write.
that, yeah,
Boob
true.
size C cup.
That fuck.
That's legit. That's totally legit.
That's
Frank
legit.
Miller wouldn't talk about dick size, but he would talk about C-cup.
No, if he was going to talk about dick size, it'd be like excruciatingly big.
Yeah,
Right.
true. Yeah,
13 inches long.
that whole joke and how it just kept going for it still pops up here and there. You know, that's good shit.
I love that.
Frankus Milleris was quite funny. I got some good laughs out of that one.
And it just killed me, because that happened during my 8-week adventure, and you kept using it in the wrong way. It was Frankus Milleris that wrote 300, and it was Frank Miller that wrote Batman.
Jacob, that's the point of beating a joke into the ground until it's not funny anymore, which is what we do on
But
this
it's
show.
my joke that you're beating to the ground. Beat your own jokes off.
I'll just beat you into the ground.
I'll beat you off.
Shut up, Colin. Uh, honestly, that entire like the ongoing thing with the so this is awkwardly personal. But the episode, I don't remember which one it was off the top of my head, but you two, the episode you did, I might have ended up being a Rambles episode, but the one where Jacob came back and that whole story and just how the whole episode was absolutely fucking phenomenal. That's the one that I had to. That's the episode I had to listen to on that really excruciating car ride I had, and I listened to it 3 times. That really got me through a pretty shitty time. So that was very excellent. It was really funny. The news coverage was actually done really well by Colin not giving a fucking shit at all about anything.
Thanks.
The fact
I could not give less of a shit. Like, hey, Jacob, just want to just not care.
I
was like,
genuinely didn't know where the hell
think
Jacob was for
Jacob's
like
like,
15 minutes.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah, like he wasn't there. It was just me. It's like I just read it off and I don't give a fuck.
I thought it was gonna be like a like before the intro, and then Jacob pops up, and it's like it just keeps going and going. And I was like, I thought we agreed to not do an episode if there's only one of us, because that'll be weird. And you just keep going. You did the entire news segment, and then Jacob just sticks his dick in the conversation. That was fucking hilarious.
It's so funny that you remember it wrong. It's only like 3 minutes, and he did a third of the news. I helped him finish the news, but
you helped Colin finish?
It was a lot of the news.
I see how it is.
It was really funny when you listened to it the first time, because you were giving us live updates and you were like, holy shit, did Colin really do this by himself? It's going for so long, and it's like it was only like 5 minutes at the most. It felt
like an eternity.
If we're ever going to do a only one of us is in an episode, it's got to be me. It's got to be me. Obviously. That's the only one.
Obviously,
I can do so many things. I'll give you guys so much to work with skits and whatever.
It would be 10 minutes long. It would be like news. Fuck that. I don't care. Main topic. No, I didn't read it.
It would be. It would turn into Colin talking about how much he loves how Mike Mignola draws boobs.
Oh, technical difficulties.
No, yeah. It would be, dude, guys, I got those set, and I built it last night.
I'll talk about that.
Oh my gosh. So what was your favorite accomplishment of this year that we did? Something we did.
I want to go first.
Oh, okay.
Breaking the rules. I'm breaking the rules.
Colin, do it.
Free comic book day.
Oh,
we had free comic book day, and I got to meet my our boy Daniel Justin Warren.
Colin, it's Daniel Warren Johnson, sir.
It's Warren Johnson Daniel.
Oh, okay. I see.
I thought you forgot his name for a minute when you were so quiet.
Oh my word. No.
But you correcting Spencer twice on his name makes sense now.
The man, the myth, the legend, the man who wrote Wonder Woman, Dead Earth. Fantastic.
One Wonder Woman book Jacob likes.
The Wonder Woman woman. What the one? Oh goodness.
The one woman that
Wonder
Colin loves.
Woman. Yes, the one Wonder Woman comic that Colin likes too.
Oh gosh.
Except I'm waiting for Wonder Woman Black and Gold, which is drawn by Andrew Macklin, who drew and wrote Headlopper. I'm waiting for that.
Yes.
But yeah, it was fantastic meeting him, because I was like shitting my pants and you went over and you're like, you better go over. I literally talked about you to him. You better go over. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
You literally had to come back.
Over. I'm like,
he wants to see my notebook.
He wants to see my sketchbook. Because I go over and I'm like, hi, Colin. I'm gonna throw up.
Oh, that was such a good day. The fact that Jacob wasn't there is the only thing that makes it kind of shit. Yeah. It was so much fun.
And we got to meet those the other podcast group.
Yeah, the other guys that are also partnered with Jetpack Comics. The Geek Gossip, the Higgins Bros. That was nice to actually get to talk to them in person. Goodness,
made me a little jealous with their setup that they got to record.
Honestly, everyone's like, "Wow, you guys didn't bring your setup." I'm like, no, we didn't.
No, because we suck, and you can only have free stickers. Now go away.
Honestly, the little free sticker things you did were so cute. I love those.
Do we still have those? You have them, right?
Of course I do.
Okay.
Gotta
we need to make
them.
more stickers.
Also true.
Different sticker designs. I'll have to draw some stuff up on my new tablet.
So it would kind of be lame of me to say that was my favorite thing, although it was. The favorite like technical thing that we did is a two-way split, honestly, between launching a second podcast with Jacob. That's already been very enjoyable. No offense, Colin, but fuck you.
Fuck you. You know what's funny? You guys started doing that as I started getting back into video games, but I still don't want. I don't want to record that.
Nah.
I kind of wanted to propose that we bring Colin in as a special guest for our Halo discourse, but
I'd love
then
to.
he finished the battle pass. I was like, nah, fuck him.
Yeah, I finished the battle pass before all you guys be like, what? And I'm
Touch
like,
grass.
yeah, I've been
touch
staying up
grass.
till like 6 a.m.
Touch
I got
grass,
like no
touch
sleep for the
ass.
past couple months.
Yeah. Well, you will definitely enjoy the episode that we'll be recording this upcoming week, which is entirely focused on Halo Infinite,
Wait.
and it's going to be a big one.
No, I just realized how crazy that is that I did finish the battle pass in a short time because it came out in like the 8th of December.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. So it's a two-way split between that, which it obviously is in its infancy, but it already has a different vibe to it, which I like. Less retard energy. I'm sorry, son.
That's okay.
I
and
miss
then-
the retard energy. It actually causes me to try to amp up my retard energy because we're missing yours.
Yeah.
And then I think the thing, which is it's small, but I think it's helped us the most in the past couple of months,
Your
was
PP?
the new format split and the addition. Oh, what? What?
What?
Say that again.
It's small, but it's helped us in the past couple of months.
Shut
with the
up!
PP.
Stop talking about my dick. Don't be jealous. So the thing that I think is been small but definitely helped the most is splitting up our format into having a news week and a topic week, and then the addition of happy hour so we can just kind of hang out and shoot the shit.
Yeah.
That's been extremely beneficial to my mental health.
To my mental health.
Well, it's helped so I don't have to berate Colin for being as behind on topics as frequently. It also means that our news conversations are very chunky. And it's just
Chunky.
like, fuck it. This news is old. I don't care. We're going to talk about it. And then just having happy hour to just like kind of hang out for like 30 minutes. and just-
Decompress.
it just go over any like points we had that would feel out of place. I mean,
After a hard day's work.
a couple of weeks ago, I just randomly dropped a House of Gucci review for like 10 minutes. When Jacob and I were talking, I was like, I need to clip this out. And then I put it up as a clip because it was just a solid like 9 minutes. I was like, I won't talk about it too much. And then I just did a review. I think that's just really helped in general with like the flow and the conversations, and it's reduced the heightened blood pressure between the three of us. Jacob, what do you got?
I was going to say to any listeners that if you want to hear all of that decompression from a hard day's work of podcasting, you can do so by becoming a Patreon at patreon.com/dimecomicbros. The biggest accomplishments that I came up with, sorry, they're selfish after following up Spencer's I love you guys gushing. I read the first Green Lantern Omnibus by Jeff Johns in a week, and that was pretty big because it's like a 1,500 page book or something, and it's freaking huge. But I literally did nothing with my life for a week but read Green Lantern. So that was exciting. And then the other one that I came up with was Jacob, did not kill anyone or even commit any kind of hate crime after about 30 weeks of reading Frank Miller books.
That's a good point. I might
That
have
was a
committed
huge
felony.
accomplishment.
I might have committed a felony against a woman after doing all of that.
Dang.
Yeah. Most looked forward to movie coming out in 2022.
Wait, did Colin have an accomplishment?
Yes.
I was the first one.
Were you?
Yep.
Free comic book day.
Oh, that's right.
Yes. Which I need to make sure I get on top of. For
Daniel
this
Warren
upcoming
Johnson.
And
year. Warren
I was
Johnson's
also going
Daniel.
Daniel Johnson Warren.
to LOL Johnson.
Warren Daniels Johnson.
Jojo
I
Warren.
was
Jojo.
going,
Shut the fuck up.
I was going to promise our listeners that we were going to work very hard from now on to not have a certain subject weeks and weeks and weeks straight. We are going to rotate it from now on. We've learned our lesson.
Have we?
No, we will have weeks and weeks of gay. You absolute degenerate.
No.
Most
Next
look
topic,
forward.
please.
Most look forward to movie of 2022. Jacob, go.
Most expected movie of 2022. I am going to choose Thor: Love and Thunder.
Ooh,
Oh.
really?
I did not choose the obvious choices because that's where Colin's gonna go. But yes, I'm looking forward to Thor 4
Your
because
mic clipped out entirely.
Am I back yet?
He's so pissed off. Did you not hear me scream at all?
we broke Spencer again. I heard you scream a little bit.
Okay, so broke. It was like
It sounded like a specific like noise effect that I've heard on the internet that I can't remember how to tell you what it is. Which is really fun. It was like a microsecond of you screaming and then just dead silence. It just clipped out entirely.
I love that. Okay, Jake, hold on.
Apologies.
You gotta shut up. You gotta shut up. Jacob's getting pissed off.
No, I'm not. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. Did Colin's mic break or did mine?
Mine.
Colin's mic just totally clipped out because he screeched too loud.
Okay, good. I'm looking forward to Thor 4 because it is taking influences from Jason Aaron's Thor comic run, and that stuff is literally god tier. Get it, Thor? But Thor, all the Thor movies have had a different vibe. It's kind of trying to figure out what it wants to be. All the Iron Mans knew what they were good, and they did it fine. They did what they expected. They did what they wanted to do. Thor is still trying to figure himself out, kind of like the three of us after puberty. But I like the feeling that they have put out in the minimal advertising, and I'm looking forward to what story they tell.
Gore can butcher my gods. Yeah.
My turn.
Obvious. Oh, fine.
I am looking forward to something you'll never expect, actually. So
Wow.
the movie I'm looking forward to in 2022 is Matt
Black
Reeves'
Adam.
The Batman.
Wow.
Whoa.
Isn't that some like small indie film from like
Yeah,
A24?
some small indie film that hasn't been really talked about. There's like a small subreddit for it, but that's all you're ever gonna find. You know, I'm looking forward to this Batman so bad. I
Yeah.
saw the Lego Batcave set that was in Walmart, but like the Walmart section for Legos was butchered. There's
Oh, yeah.
nothing there right now, so I gotta wait because I'm gonna buy all 3 sets.
Oh my gosh. Honestly, watching this together is probably going to be one of the most exciting things we do this year.
Oh yeah, I'm very excited to
Gonna
watch
be
this
so
movie.
good. got anything else? Just the one?
Well, yeah, that was just the one because I'm really excited for this new trilogy that's going to come out.
Wow. Yeah. So that's kind of the top of my list. Batgirl is also very high on that list. I was talking to Jacob about this before you got here. It's very funny that the Batman has been delayed enough times, whereas it started production in like 2018, maybe 2019, whatever. I don't know. Batgirl started production by the time the Batman was basically done, yet they're coming out in the same year because it got delayed so many times.
So
It's
weird.
just, I find it funny.
We're supposed to get it like October 2021, right?
The original, that was the first like settled on date. Originally, I believe they had announced like a release window because COVID was being really fucky at the time, and then it got like settled on as October of this year and whatever. March is fine. We'll be fine. It's fine. But Batgirl, I'm also very much so looking forward to. Apparently, with a somewhat smaller budget, we got a returning Batman. It better be Ben. J.K. Simmons returning as Commish.
Yes.
I really like the casting. I hope Brendan Fraser is Firefly. I'm just happy Brendan Fraser's in it alone.
Oh, I'm so happy.
That's
I
so
love
good.
Brendan Fraser.
He's one of those guys where I think everyone just wants to give him a hug now. Like, just
He's
everyone.
a solid dude.
He's just like, oh, look at this like normal dude trying to like make it in Hollywood, and just with like all the crap he's been through, it's like you're just glad he's like getting roles because he's really good. He's a very
He
wholesome
is.
boy. And then Across the Spider-Verse.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's going to
Into
come
the
out.
Spider-Verse was one of my favorite movies of the past decade by a long shot. It is, I would very much so argue, the best Spider-Man film we have.
Yep. Easy.
Absolute god tier stuff. So I'm
I
looking
rewatch
forward
that
to
constantly.
this. Yes, it's a very good comfort movie. And I'm very much so looking forward to its sequel. Most looked forward to television series in 2022. So
I'm gonna go.
Fine. You guys keep ruining my orgasm. Fuck you.
If we keep interrupting it, then we'll finally let you go, and it's gonna be the biggest nut of your life.
Oh yeah.
That's our plan.
No, that was last night. Anyways.
No.
Gross.
Gross.
I'm sorry.
Mine kind of cheats because it comes out in like 3 days, but that's 2 days before the end of the year. So suck it, the both of you. It's going to be Book of Boba Fett. I'm really excited for more Star Wars. The TV stuff is better than the movies lately. And people have been saying that since Mando 1 came out, and they're still being proven right. So I'm really excited for Book of Boba Fett.
Do you think we will see the return of Frog Lady and Frogman in the Book of Boba Fett?
I thought you were going to say Cara Dune, and I was going to laugh.
Yeah, no, she's so dead off screen. That's good. I mean, yeah, I guess you could kind of count that for next year. Fair, fine.
Do you think Mando's going to be in it?
Definitely, at least a little bit, because they basically ported over the entire crew and like half the cast.
Yeah.
It's smaller and it's still a spin-off, but he's probably in it, like at least that small cameo or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
He's going to be in at least one episode, I'm sure.
He'll be in the recap section, if nothing else.
Yeah.
Which technically counts. So my most look forward to of next year is a very strong tie between Moon Knight and Obi-Wan. I've been waiting for
I think
Moon
you
Knight.
mean Jesus Christ.
Our Lord and
Right.
Savior.
Sorry, I mean Mummy Jesus and Space Jesus. I've been waiting for a good Moon Knight anything for ages. Having barely touched the comics, I've wanted a good excuse to get into it. It's cool shit. I want to get into it more, and prices for comics tend to go down when there's a property out because they start reprinting it. Unlike everything else where they get more expensive because they're harder to find, they'll just reprint it like into oblivion if there's a property coming out. So
Hopefully they'll be reprinting the 2014 series.
that's getting an omnibus, actually, if I remember correctly. Pretty soon. Big nut.
Because I have the first 3.
So that, and then Obi-Wan. Do I need to elaborate? I don't think I do.
No. Nope.
Hayden Christian as Darth Vader.
Big cummies. And then last question. Wait, no, Colin has to spill.
Don't skip your son.
I will skip my son, you fucking degenerate. You're grounded.
So my favorite TV series coming out is Moon Knight, of course.
I thought you were going to say
Because-
She-Hulk.
No, but
Death by Snoo
Big
though.
green booba.
but
Big green booba.
Big green booba. Yeah. But Moon Knight, I'm very excited for this, especially with seeing the short clips that we got, because I love I can't remember his name, the actor.
Oscar Isaac.
Yes, Oscar Isaac. Thank you. I knew it was Isaac something. Oscar Isaac. I loved him in Dune so much, and I loved him in Ex Machina. And seeing him being Moon Knight, it feels perfect. It feels so good, and I'm so excited to see one of my favorite Marvel characters, like recent favorite, come to life in a TV show. That's so exciting for me because I love the 2014 run. I tried, and that's really the only one I read. Because the older stuff, it's a mixed bag. You don't know what
Random
you're gonna
bullshit.
get.
Go.
Basically,
That's a real panel.
yeah. But like some of those lines like that are like what's good, and I'm trying to find what comics those are in, like the really dumb stuff. Like I remember seeing there's a panel from like an event comic where this like ghost lady's whatever talking to Avengers and whatever to do something, and then Moon Knight looks over at Spider-Man and he's like, sorry, I zoned out. What did she say? And Spider-Man's just like, I just punched the guy's eye. She's like, okay.
Oh shit. Oh, that's from Secret Wars, the 2015 one.
Oh, sick.
I remember that.
I love that, and I love the line. There's like a little bit of dialogue between him and the Punisher somewhere, where Punisher's like, hello, like, hi Moon Knight, or like, hi Moon Knight.
I can imagine Frank
Like,
Castle saying the words, "Hi, Moon Knight. My name is
he's like,
Franklin."
he's like, how's the how's the voices in your head, dude? And and Moon Knight's like, still there, still crazy. How's the dead family?
Oof.
I butchered that, but like when you read it,
Yeah.
it's funny.
Oh goodness.
Most
butcher any line.
expected comic line coming out next year. So
I'm gonna
that's
go.
Either comic book or
We know what it
most
is.
expected book that
We
you're
know what
gonna
it
read.
It's from Mr. Daddy himself, Mr. Sean Daddy.
We have a lot of
Beyond the
daddies,
White
to be
Knight.
fair.
Beyond the White Knight.
Yeah.
Beyond
No
the White
further
Knight, for sure.
elaboration.
Beyond the White Knight. I want Batman Beyond in comic form by one of my favorite Batman storytellers so far.
Spencer.
I have a list because fuck you.
Okay.
So yeah, Beyond the White Knight.
Yay.
The thing that I think I'm looking forward to the most is Swamp Thing Green Hell, the Black Label series that's coming out, where it's the apocalypse, but like Swamp Thing is a thing. You know that one that I think you guys
Swamp Thing's a thing.
I think you guys talked about that one one of the weeks I was gone, when it was announced. Really looking forward to that. Batman One Dark Knight. Yeah.
Is that with a K?
That is with a N, with just the N.
Whoa.
You're with an N.
It's the night with the it's got like the EMP, so like the city's all dark and shit. I love Jock. I don't think he's written anything, definitely nothing I've read, but I love his art. It looks really good so far. I'm looking forward for that to drop. The new Ghost Rider run and the new Iron Fist run, just both sound stupidly interesting. I want them. Gimme, blah, 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 blah. Jacob, what you got?
Yeah, so it hasn't happened yet, but coming soon. All right, I have two choices. Most expected book that I'm going to buy next year is the King in Black Omni, because my Venom reading has been put on pause because I'm up to that point, and I've just been waiting for the Omni instead of the trades because I don't like trades. I like Omnis. Most expected book that I'm going to read sometime soon. I know I said this last year, probably, in the episode that we're redoing. But I found this random ass book collecting all kinds of Matrix comics.
Ooh.
And I cannot
Ooh.
wait to read that. I just haven't gotten to it yet, and it kills me. It looks at me from its shelf with disappointment on its face. It's happening soon, I promise. But I'm really excited for it.
Overall, I think we've had a pretty good year.
We have read so much this year.
So much dog shit also. We've had a
Just
lot of rough
the
stuff.
page count that we've gone through this year is amazing.
Yeah. I'm so proud of us. It's not even
So
our
proud.
yeah, I know, right? We've had a lot of good stuff this year for sure. If I'm being honest, the Marvel slate next year in terms of MCU content is actually pretty disinteresting to me. There's the shows look better to an extent, but even those, it's like Moon Knight, easy, like yes. And some of it look like I'm gonna watch all of it. I'm not boycotting any of it, but it's like none of this is really grabbing my attention too much. And that's fine because
You've been like that for a couple of years now, though.
yeah, it's come and gone, and there's been some stuff like Hawkeye, which is exactly what I was hoping for, and I was really thinking it was going to be, and that's really good. So whenever they get around to reincorporating certain characters that I'm very fond of and putting effort into that, then I will be very interested. And I haven't seen No Way Home, but of course I've had it spoiled, and I'm very interested as to where they're going next for sure, because it's the direction that I want. But like,
After so much bitching about it.
What? I'm gonna watch it when it comes out on disc. It's coming out on disc pretty soon, and I'm gonna go, yeah, this is I want it to be good. I really do. It's just I can't in good faith go give Sony money, but the new direction they seem to be taking after it that it sets up is literally what I've been crying about for like since Tasm died. So
I think that's a spoiler for me, but I don't listen to half the bitching you do, so I'm happy with it.
True. Do you listen to any of the bitching I do?
No.
What? Wrap the show up. Let's go.
So thank you for all of our. Oh shit! I do have to do one more thing. Hold on.
No.
I forgot the thing that I do need to do. So in the past year, we are up now to 36 YouTube subscribers. 27 Twitter follows. We launched a new podcast. We launched a new exclusive segment / podcast for our Patreon.
We reordered the Patreon tiers. We made a new website.
That is, oh yeah, my website launched this year. I got to update that. We have 50 followers on Instagram. We have hit 883 all-time listens on podcasting services and an unknown amount of followers on various services because getting stats on that's a pain. So we've grown, not a lot, and also we have 3 patrons now. We have our 2 Simpy Simps, Wesley Eden and Jeff Lawrence, and we have our extra Simpy Simp, Business Casual. Business Casual has been with us basically since day one, so that's heckin' cool. They upped their pledge for no reason. They're not even getting anything extra except being called an extra Simpy Simp.
And a little bit more love. Just more loving vibes from us. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, pretty much. So we've done a lot of stuff this year, and that's pretty heckin' cool.
What are we going to do next year?
Get better, make money, touch grass, touch ass, fuck bitches, and watch Moon Knight.
You got me on the last one.
Yeah. Thank you to those patrons. You guys literally keep the lights on and the mics recording. Enjoy the memes. That's basically all this episode is. We will return next week with Nausicaa and the Valley of the Wind.
Yeah.
Colin's so excited. This was Colin's suggestion. So
Starting the year with weeb shit.
oh yeah,
That's
baby.
not a good sign.
Oh boy.
Very good sign.
Yeah.
Very good.
Cool beans.
Me too.
I will bang this bitch out. It's mine.
I
Also-
thought it was mine.
No, you were
get
doing
it 2
the
weeks
episode.
from now.
No, because this doesn't count. I'm the meme lord at the moment, and I have saved most of the memes I really like. We agreed on this because we were originally going to record this last week and do back to
Right.
back.
It was going to be 2 episodes together, but now
Yeah.
that it's separate, I can do it.
No, I want to do it. So good.
This is going to be an awful lot of memes.
Oh yeah.
I tried starting with a meme and said, "You're still in the closet. I thought you were out."
Very nice.
It's
the best.
got
joke.
him. Wow.
I'm gonna fucking kill myself. She came over last night, not for terribly long, but just to kind of hang out for a little bit. I
noticed that you were off of Halo Infinite. I was like, "Oh, she must be over."
What, you saw me on it all day, baby? Maybe.
I'm gonna refill on coffee before we get going.
Oh yeah. It's also cold here because she also likes it cold, so very nice. It's like 62.
Nice.
Yeah, quite.
No, what would be nicer? 69. Anyway, where is our son?
Being late.
Why is he late? My mom got me a charcuterie board.
A what?
A charcuterie board.
It's a cheese board, right?
Yes.
Okay. Freaking discourse, man. Wesley, get away from me. I don't want to do discourse. No. Discourse is bad. Don't bruh me. I'll fucking bruh you. You bruh me in every conversation. Motherfucker. Put my leg up your ass. I have a gas card to get me through until next paycheck, and I have a bottle of booze. I think I'm going to be okay. We are going to go have fun and do things. And get booze.
I don't want to have fun and do things. It's scary. I think I'm going to try to shart before Colin arrives
Good luck.
because I'm 2 coffees deep. So give me a minute.
Didn't even get to kiss my boyfriend for Christmas. So lame. You know, the worst thing about sitting on the floor isn't the ass or like anything. It's the side of the ankle.
The
I don't know.
underside. It gets the carpet imprint. You get a really cool texture in your skin.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just because the way the ankle bends when you're trying to sit and then it's just pressing the joint right into the ground.
Ever since I can remember, my problem has always been like my lower back. There's just one spot that sticks out, and it gets really, really painful the longer I sit. I don't know which disc it would be. I'm not a chiropractor, but it's like
No
it
idea.
gets really bad. And I think that's why I have a hard time sitting up and bad posture and all that shit. It
That would
started
do
with
it.
Legos.
True. I can't do that shit anymore. It's just like I gotta sit. I'm gonna lay. I can't even like lay on my stomach anymore. Like in
Ugh.
bed. I can't.
I
do
sleep
it.
on my stomach.
I can't do it. Like I can do the half side sleep thing, but if I
Yeah.
sleep on, if I'm on my stomach for like a couple of minutes, for I don't know if it's my vertebrae or my spinal fluid, but like my lower back just pinches so hard. Like I can't move. I have to roll like off the bed to sit on my back and then wait before I can like get. It's so.
It's because
like,
you're
I
so
fit-
muscular.
No, it's probably an injury. And Jamie has no idea what the fuck to do with it because it doesn't flare up very frequently. And it's only then. It's not
weird.
while I'm at the chiropractor.
I can't fall
so-
asleep when I'm on my back. Can't do it.
It took me a while, but I've kind of gotten there now. No, doing that, it's like not like, oh, my pain, it's too much. Like my body just stops moving. It's so
Right.
bad. It like overrides everything. It's so weird. Makes me squeal. It's not good. Oh shit, Colin's here. Hey,
Holy cow.
get in here.
1 hour later.
Yep.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hello.
Saturday at like 4 p.m.
Yeah, like
Ish.
3 or 4.
Five.
And we can just make a whole thing of it. Also, we gotta have an extra long happy hour because I got fucking whiskey.
Nice.
And also it's just been a couple of weeks and stuff, and we
Yes.
gotta like vibe. Oopsie doopsie fucky what?
Fuck Yennefer.
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 Wow.
Yennefer.
I mean, plenty of other people did, but why?
She's a bitch.
Isn't that what underwear's for anyway? Bra for your balls?
To an extent, yes.
Okay, Jacob, do we sound okay?
Colin, test it.
Hello. From the other side.
Oh, she's got a new album coming out in like 2 weeks.
Why are you excited about that?
Because I love fucking Adele.
You are gay. You are so gay.
Dude, my dad loves Adele.
He's also gay.
Everyone loves Adele.
No,
you
that's
degenerate.
wrong.
Anyways.
Titan gives me a feeling that it's hard to describe in words. It almost feels like it's like how a foot fetish is.
What?
You don't have to get closer to the microphone when you do that. It comes across fine when you do it normally. You don't have to get all.
It feels like I do.
But then it comes across worse in the recording.
I like my
Oh my
nose
gosh.
touching the thing.
Oh, you guys are
It
fucking
feels
degenerates.
funny. It feels funny. What the fuck is wrong with you? Am I rubbing off on you tonight? What the
Just stick your dick in his fucking cat's ashes already and get it over with.
Here's the fucking bag.
Oh my god.
It's a condom and everything.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Patreon. Oh,
Oh, is it a bit much?
that was dank.
Well, you just take the dick out, just and then rub it around, and then just into the deep fryer we go. Bada bing, bada boom.
It's a deep fried Twinkie. That's a chocolate Twinkie right there. Milk chocolate.
It's got better. I am going to hell.
So this week I
Interlinked. Buy a comic that might cost more than a dime. Come meet the brothers who are here to waste your time.
welcome back to the Dime Comic Bros podcast.
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down.